Greetings, folks. Before talking about some of the stuff that's coming up in the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic over the next month or so, I'm going to take the somewhat odd step of talking about something that is not coming up. And specifically, this is something called the New York Big Apple Grapple. And the reason I'm talking about this, as I've mentioned before, a lot of times I really have to dig to see things that are coming up. But a lot of people really don't bother, telling me what's going on, or really even telling, you what's going on all that well. But all of a sudden, about last week sometime, something popped up for an event that was supposed to take place at the Copacabana nightclub in Midtown Manhattan in less than 2 weeks. It would have been this coming Sunday, the 27th of July. And the oddity about this, well, frankly, I don't know all that much about the Copacabana, except for the fact there used to be an old song about the Copacabana being the hottest spot north of Havana. You can tell it's a very, very old song because, quite frankly, Havana hasn't actually been known for its nightlife since the Castro brothers and other sort of thugs took over the place in 1959. But in any event, this popped up being run by New York Arm Wrestling. Now, New York Arm Wrestling is best known in the Northeast for basically suing everybody in sight or threatening to sue everybody in sight who dares use the words New York Arm Wrestling, which they claim to have trademarked. Which requires some other, really big tournaments, such as the one at New York State Fair, to just call themselves the New York Championship without mentioning the word arm wrestling. But strangely enough, after this thing being posted, a couple days later, it was taken down with a note on the official New York Arm Wrestling page that Jake is basically lazy and doesn't want to do this sort of stuff. Now, this is kind of odd in that New York Arm Wrestling actually was founded some years ago by a guy by the name of Gene Camp, who has since retired and turned it over to Jake Arias. And so, I'm sorry, not Jake, that's Jack Arias, and my mistake. And so I'm not sure who exactly posted it because it's kind of weird posting something on your homepage saying, "Oh, by the way, our boss is lazy and therefore we're canceling the tournament." Now, why am I spending so much time on this besides just the absurdity of someone trying to corral a state name? Something similar, well, at least related, in that it refers to a state championship, has been going on in Ohio. Just within the past week or so, I happened to stumble across something on the armfighter.com listed as the AUSA Ohio State Championships, which are to take place on Sunday, the 3rd of August. And I thought, well, I never heard of that before. And quite frankly, AUSA can mean numerous things in different contexts. Not really sure what it means here. But when you look into this, the AUSA Ohio State Championships is actually a what I expect to be a rather small tournament taking place at the Medina County Fair in Medina, Ohio. In addition to this Ohio State Championship, there's another one that's been on the list for some time, taking place over in Loveland, Ohio, which is in the Cincinnati area, run by Randall Bladen and those folks, which is taking place on October the 4th. And I seem to recall at least one or two other times where people have already or have also mentioned Ohio Championships in their title. So just kind of strange all the way around that essentially what you need to do is take a look at the event page and see if you are really going to a state championship or not. Unlike some states, like for example, the Michigan states pretty much has the one consolidated thing called by that name with the Gorillas and has been famous for that for some time. But in any event, lots of strange stuff going on in arm wrestling. So having said that, with a commentary of the month, let's take a look at what exactly is going on over the rest of July and the month of August. There's a couple of things going on this coming weekend on the 26th that are on the list. The one that I may very well be going to, at least getting there late, is John Heynoski Senior Memorial Tournament. It's taking place in the Erie, Pennsylvania area. I'm actually going to be out in Western Pennsylvania for a fraternity function, as I was last year the same weekend, so I won't be competing, but I'm only about 100 miles away, which is, hey, only an hour and a half. And what's that for me wandering around? So, depending on when the fraternity event that I'm at gets done, I might make a quick dash up to see what's going on there. This is a combination super match event and really something that almost looks like a combination super matches, round robin, and tournament. And quite frankly, it's too complex for me to explain here, but they do have an event page up. You can take a look at that. But anyway, so besides that, there's also a county fair event going on in Connecticut this coming weekend. The week after that, quite a few things going on. I want to mention just a couple of them. I'm not going to go through weight classes and all that sort of stuff. Again, once again, most of these have event pages up. So I just want to, give you something that, that might be of interest to you. Friday of the following week, that's Friday, the 1st August, is the Addison County Fair and Field Days in New Haven, Vermont. I went to this about, I think, probably 2 years ago, and was told before I went that this will be the largest crowd that you're ever going to be pulling in front of. Well, I wouldn't go that far because I've been at some rather large tournaments, but it really is a very large crowd of non-pullers, specifically parents. Because what these folks do in Vermont is they have this tournament at the county fair that really, while they have adult pulling, secondarily, they really start out with the kids, and they have dozens of them. Let me tell you, if you want a collection of, say, up to age 12, uh, pulling, you won't find a bigger collection than this. And so that's, like I say, Friday night. They start with the kids, and then go on to the adults thereafter up in Vermont. A couple other things that weekend. What I will be going to is on Saturday, the 2nd. We're going to have the actually two events going on. Excuse me. Two events going on at the PJ Willihan's in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. So what we'll have there is there will be a first timers tournament run by Mikey Oliva, who's coming up from Florida, bringing some of his folks with him. Followed by a tournament, which we will have, of course, the various class. In fact, I'm going to show up with the sit-down benches again, and we will have a sit-down division at that for those that might be interested in that. A couple other things going on that weekend. Thunder in the City, which is taking place in Meadville, is basically a large practice with instruction and so forth. Meadville, Pennsylvania. There's also the Massachusetts State Championships. And here, once again, at the last minute, seeing things pop up out of the clear blue sky just last evening, saw something pop up called the NAL Strength Awards and CrossFit Games, which, however, does have a picture of arm wrestling on the front of it. That's taking place in Albany, New York. As I say, that just popped out of the clear blue sky. I have no idea what's going on there. But like I say, at least, counting the thing in Ohio, we have at least 6 things going on that weekend between Friday through Sunday. The week after that, people would spread things out a little bit, because the week after that, the week of the 9th, Saturday the 9th, I really don't know of anything going on in the Northeast. We have pretty much an open week there as far as I can tell, although the way things are going, maybe something will pop up on about the 2nd of August saying, oh, hi there, we have something next week. But at the moment, I don't know of anything the 9th. The 16th, couple things I want to mention. There is on the 16th, Battle at the Beach in Sylvan Beach, New York. I personally will be going to the West Virginia State Championships in Morgantown. They usually take place in Parkersburg. They are being moved to Morgantown this year. More central location, hopefully get a better turnout there. One thing I would caution you, and to her credit, Christine Casto, who runs that, did mention this in her postings. That weekend is a weekend in which folks are moving back into West Virginia University. That takes place, first classes take place, I guess, Wednesday or Thursday of that coming week. And so if you are coming in from out of town to the West Virginia Championships on the 16th, You may be staying out of town as I am. I'll be staying up at a Motel 6, my favorite, in Washington, Pennsylvania, about an hour away, because hotel rooms are going to be very tight in Morgantown. And of course, since the parents are all packing into town, they jack up the rates, where the Motel 6 is usually somewhere around 70. It's going to be somewhere around 200 and something. Just keep that in mind if you're planning on going to the West Virginia states on the 16th in Morgantown, West Virginia. Week after that, again, a couple different things going on, at least three that I know of. I'm going to be at the 30th Annual Arms of Steel in Pittston, Pennsylvania, tied in with the Pittston Tomato Festival. Normally, that is the third weekend in August, which is why I've never gotten to the West Virginia states, because they're almost always the third weekend in August. However, I told Christina, since they're being moved back to the fourth week for the Tomato Festival, I'll get to her, event in West Virginia. So you have that going on in Pittston. You also have VAL has another one of their regularly scheduled quarterly tournaments in Mechanicsville, Virginia, at their usual spot. It's the VAL attrition, they're calling this one, on the 23rd. And also, unfortunately, I won't be able to get this year to Paul Cruz's big barbecue super match event and practice out in Selden, New York. One of the few things I'll actually fight my way past New York City to get to Long Island for. Hey, really great place once you get out to it. But getting around New York, if you're coming from Pennsylvania, New Jersey, is, oh, God help us. But anyway, so that's also on the 23rd. The weekend following that is Labor Day weekend. Very possibly will be, again, the site or the weekend of the New York Championships, not the New York State Armwrestling Championships, but at the New York State Fair near Syracuse. Usually that is the Sunday of Labor Day weekend. I frankly have seen absolutely nothing about it so far, so I'm just assuming that, quite frankly, the folks that run that are not the greatest at getting things out and promoting early. So, that I imagine will probably take place and will pop up in the next couple of weeks, but I'm not absolutely certain about that. So, as far as I know, that pretty much takes us through the month of July and August. Once again, I expect to be probably at the Heynoski event this coming weekend, and then also at the West Virginia States on the 16th. The Arms, actually the second, got to say the second. I'll be at the second at the one in Cherry Hill, West Virginia States on the 16th, and Arms of Steel on the 23rd. Those last three I'll definitely be at. So I hope to see you at one of those, and I hope you're having a great summer.